Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. I haven't made one in a few weeks because we have a 3-game winning streak, but I gotta make another one now. What went wrong in the Steelers loss versus the Bengals? And it's on one answer: defense. You can't stop the run, you can't stop the pass, that's your ass. Because you can't better win any game at all, because it's like they control the trenches and they control the air. Can't win. I did not expect a shootout game. It's a fun game to watch, of course, and decided to lose in the game, but it's a fun game to watch, of course, seeing the OGs go at it. Joe Flacco, been watching Joe Flacco since he was a little kid, and Aaron Rodgers, watching him since he was a little kid, seeing these guys, of course, for a while, still showing they can prove it. Aaron Rodgers had 4 passing touchdowns in this game. Joe Flacco had 340 yards, 3 touchdowns in this game. Jalen Warren had 127 rushing yards in this game. Even the Bengals running back had 100 yards, but both defenses was horrible. But the Bengals defense was just good enough to win this game, and the Steelers defense was just not good enough to win this game. They didn't get enough pressure in. I feel like the defense looked sluggish. It looked sluggish. It looked tired. I know it's a short week. You're coming off an AFC North game, of course, against the Browns, but you can't go out there and do this. And we know the game gonna be a game where it's like a little, like I mentioned before, it's gonna be close in the beginning. But I said, once that third quarter come around like that, I feel like you're gonna see what team is gonna pull away and have momentum. Now, I did not expect a shootout like this. I expected it to be more like a little condensed type game, but it was a shootout game, and the Bengals went out there and came out on top. The Steelers now still are 2 games above the Bengals because they have 2 less losses than the Bengals and one more win than the Bengals. Right there, so they still top division. Then the Ravens and Browns are 1-5, so they still got a few games over them. But you could be sitting even higher top division like that if you won this game at 5-1, drop them to 2-5, and then you're looking at, okay, I got a 3-game head start over them, and I got a 4-game head start over the other teams as well. But the Steelers want to make things a little more difficult for themselves. So went out there and not play too good. They allow a lot of rushing yards in this game. The Bengals are only averaging 55 rushing yards per game. But tonight, the Steelers said, I'll help you out. I will make sure that you go out there and have your best rushing game. 142 rushing yards allowed by the Steelers defense. They got 2 sacks, but it was kind of meaningful. Well, the first one was good with Kellen Bennett. Of course, we started the game 10-0, but it kind of comes back and gets you. Then also, it's 2 plays that come back to hunt you offensively. The offense did score 31 points. You expect your team to score 31 points. With this defense, you got the highest paid defense. You expect to win the game, of course. But there's 2 plays. That one play where we hit the holding penalty, they called on who they called on? It was on Frazier, right? They called a holding penalty on him when Jalen Warren had the rushing touchdown. That's points off the board. You'd be sitting at 14-0 instead of 10-0, and those points might come back to help you. And then also the interception. The first interception Aaron Rodgers threw, of course, it was a bad play, but that one really hurt you too much. The second one was his fault because DK Metcalf got the ball snatched from him. If you still would kick the field goal right there, and then got at least some points on that drive right there, you may be sitting at 34 points right now instead of 31, and then the Bengals will need a touchdown instead of just a field goal, and might have a better chance of trying to stop that. Even though you struggled all day, have a better chance of stopping that a little bit. But the Steelers defense, even with all that stuff that happened, the defense got to be better than that. Your offense scored 31 points. Aaron Rodgers threw 4 touchdowns. He's throwing some dots out there too as well. Darnell Washington threw one to him. Got one to Pat Freiermuth twice as well. Throwing some amazing passes out there. You're going out there playing some good football. But almost at 400 yards of offense. We have 396 yards. You have basically 400 yards of offense. But the defense cannot allow this to happen. Your offense scored 31 points. You got the highest paid defense. You got TJ Watt. He had 1 sack in this game, but you got to be better like that. You got to be better. You got to be able to get out there and get pressure in constantly like that. For some reason, I know it's a short week, and I know people say the short week and they're a little gassed and tired, but it's no excuse. You're the better team. We know you're a better team. Everybody knows you're the better team. But like football, I don't know a little about football. Football is any given Sunday, any given week like that, because you can sometimes be seeing things happen. What the Giants do to the Eagles. The Eagles are the better team, of course. The Eagles sitting at it was 4-1. I think 4-0, 4-1, entering 4-0. Yeah, 4-0 entering that game like that. What happened? Was it 4-0, 4-1, something like that? And they got blown out by the Giants like that. Because sometimes, you play certain teams like that. Your division opponents, especially a team that had nothing to lose, they're just going out there and firing. Like it happened like that. We've seen it happen to many teams. It happened to the Bills, to the Patriots. What happened? They thought that was the superior team. I can just be right here and just be cool and stuff. And they was at home as well. And then what happened to them? They lost that game as well. They lost back-to-back games too, like that. So it's any given Sunday. Just because you have a good record doesn't mean you can't lose to a team with not a good record. So Steelers got to stay locked in. This loss actually is not a good loss because you lost, but it's actually a good loss in the sense of waking them up. Make sure they stay grounded and make sure they know that it can be like that. Momentum can shift like that. You can be at the top one day and you can be at the bottom the other day. You think last year we taught you a little bit of that, but I guess it didn't. But also, Coach Tomlin on 4th and 4, you gotta go for it. You gotta go for it on 4th and 4, right there. I feel like you go for it, hit the ball in the hands of the offense. They go commit, like get a long drive going down the field. Would be nice. And you also gotta keep running the ball too, because we was getting a lot of yards on the ground. But in the second quarter, they stopped running the ball. They ran the ball in the third quarter and fourth quarter, but second quarter they stopped running the ball. That's kind of when the ties to the game changed. Rodgers threw the interception and trying to take one down the field and stuff, and things kind of happen and mishaps happen, and you lose the game. But overall, you still sit there 4-2. Nothing to panic about too much, but it's like one of those games, like you win this game, you'd be sitting 3 games ahead in the division and sitting more comfortable in the division like that. So just in case anything does happen, you'd be sitting good. But we're 2 games above 500 still. We're 4-2. One thing that I love about this game though, it did show me that we got some playmakers on the team still. Pat Frymouth said, hey, 5 catches, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. I can make plays. And Rodgers showing you that he still can go out there and deliver and keep you in these games, these shootout games if you have to. But your defense got to at least make a play or 2 like that. 31 points was nice for the Steelers to get, but allowing 33 points is not it. So we'll see exactly what happens, of course. How we bounce back. We play the Packers. I'm actually I think we win that game, of course. We can definitely win that game against the Packers. It'd be an interesting game, of course, but just play your style of football. And also, Aaron Rodgers is playing his former team as well, so maybe a little revenge there as well. So we'll see how things kind of go with that matchup. But Bengals, shout out to them for getting the victory. Jamar Chase, phenomenal. I don't know why he was single covered most of the game. And now I see how Bengals, Browns, and Ravens fans felt when they still got the guard Turner Brown. You see Turner Brown catch after catch after catch after catch. You're like, man, Jamar Chase is a phenomenal player. We know that. 6,000 receiving yards already in his career. One of the fastest players to get there. So yeah, he's a triple crown winner from last year. You'd think you'd double team him. A guy who led the league in receiving yards, receptions, and receiving touchdowns. You'd be like, oh, let's double team that guy. Oh no, let's pitch Jalen Ramsey on him. We're getting cooked all day on him. Or Darius Slay. We're gonna get cooked all day as well on him. But that's Terrell Austin, and for some reason, Coach Tomlin's defense right now. I don't know what they'll be doing with that stuff. But we'll see if they fix it, of course, for next matchup. But yeah, Steelers fall to 4-2. But let me know down below what you guys think about the loss. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.